Hi everyone. This is episode 0.03. Today I'm going to create this video within an hour, like the last time. This time I'm trying to record the content in presentation format and with the export bar. Looks like this is a pretty easy tool to capture the screen presentation content. Today we are going to talk about marketing management for this episode, about centralized, decentralized, and distributed management approach for marketing. Let's go to square one. About the centralized, decentralized, and distributed management. This free management approach actually it can apply to various industries. Like the most popular ones will be like the ITs, supply chain, human capitals, e-commerce, marketing, and healthcare, etc. And one of the reasons we talk about this topic is because in the past 10-15 years in this world we're trying really hard to achieve globalization, to try to adapt the global standards and to align with the market participants standards, etc. But during the last 12 months, I think decentralized approach is coming on, and it is a good time to comparing with the two. And if you are working in a large size, a scalable size firm, and you are sitting in a marketing role, this episode will be quite useful for you before you come on board and then to fit your role if you are coming from fresh experience. To talk about the centralized, decentralized, distributed approach, and it is not really complex as long as you got the concept clear. So the centralized, it just means that there will be a unified brand image for entire business. It used to be if you are working in a small medium firms, let's say within about 50 to 100 people, you possibly your firm will be using a centralized marketing approach, because you may not having too many business or product lines, and you may not having a wide range of global office, etc. So to centralize all the marketing activities and initiative will possibly is the best approach. And I think if you starting your company marketing activity from scratch, centralized will be a pretty good approach from starting with, because it just unify all the brand image and all the branded item together, so you're giving the synchronized message to the audience. But decentralized, it just means that it will be more useful for a company having a larger scale. Let's say your organization having 300 500 people, and you got different office across the region, let's say across Asia region or across Europe region. You got your head office is in UK, and your regional office is in France, Paris, in Italy, Milan, in German, Munich, or and other parts of Europe. So decentralized is a more suitable measure for large scale organization, especially you're doing regional business. And decentralized is a concept that the regional or the multiple department, they all have the responsible for their own marketing activities or initiative. So they can have different solution or different marketing approach for targeting their customers or their audience. And the last distributed approach, it is combine the two of them, decentralized and decentralized. And this decentralized things like the template, the initiative, the assets. The assets can mean that the photos, the brand guidelines, etc. So at least for all the distributed team, they can have something to rely on and something to align the message or the format of all marketing items. And of course, the distributed team, they can customize the item for their market. So let's say back to if you are working in a European firm, your head office is in UK, and the UK office, they will create a template for your PPT deck, a template for your flyers, blend items, how to use the logos, etc. And of course, then they can share this content or these assets to various distributed team. For example, if you are working in Milan, Italy, so you can customize the items and then to localize the content in local language and possibly with the local color as well. I mean, sometimes you can change trick things a little bit. And if you got your head office is in UK and you got a regional subsidiaries, let's in US, let's say in Chicago or New York, and there is slightly language different between UK English and US English. So you can it distributed, so you can just localize the content by yourself. But at the meantime, you can also leverage the assets provided by the head office. So decentralize the concept. I mean, it is pretty easy to manage and pretty easy to control because I mean, most of the time the centralized approach is using by an organization relatively in a small scale, and it is like a for audience, it is a better understanding because they can understand all the items, and you're giving a synchronized message to your customers. And for doing this, for localizing all the content, there is always pros and cons, because the pros is you can have more control. You will easily to manage your marketing items, etc. But the thing is, the downside is like you will have to constrain to push your marketing activities or your tailored product or service locally, and this could create burden for business unit. I mean, for a poor performance, because you will have more turnaround time, get the approval from your head office, etc. So there are pros and cons. For the decentralized, as I said, is often chosen by the larger organization, and it allows the business unit to market the product without the interference or the or the involvement. I mean, too much involvement from the parent company. And I mean, it will create the flexibility for the local or product specific marketer to customize your marketing initiative, your approach, and that is I mean, that it would be great for medium size or having organization, or having a relatively larger scale with your regional office, etc. But for the downside, I mean, there's a potential risk that you can always end up with the multiple different systems, strategy, or campaign. Once, I mean, if you lose the control, the local marketers may just do things by themselves on their own, and then and then you will just easily to lose the control, and keep having the fluent communication with the local marketing is such essential for the daily operation if you are running a decentralized marketing strategy for your organization. The distributed ones, it is a perfect approach if you got a really sizable services, business unit, etc. If you are having more than 30 offices around the world, you're having thousands of staff in your organization. Will be the distributed approach will be the best approach for you to choose, and it just create the best flexibility. The central team, they maintain the control of the brand and the asset, and in the meantime, the local team with the professional, they will have the flexibility to tailor-make or to customize the on brand resource. So, but there is one thing really crucial, is that to ensure the data is stored centrally. So the data means that it could be your client's content, your client's information, and all the templates, your photo library, etc. So that is really important for you to consider if you're running a distributed management for your marketing team. That's all from today. Thank you.